Well, welcome back to Fable, everybody. In this video, we're going to do one of my least favorite quests in the entire game. And maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but whenever I do this quest, I always have really crappy luck no matter how leveled I am and things like that. And the quest I'm talking about is the Hog Cave quest. You can see there on the top of our screen, which is to speak to the grandmother at Rose Cottage in Greatwood. So I've used the Greatwood Cullis Gate, and we're going to go towards that flashing marker on our map, and we're gonna speak to this woman to go and find her grandson. This is the quest I was speaking of. I said we were gonna come back to Rose Cottage later, and this is the one that we're gonna come back here for. Alright, now this is a rather large quest, though. You do get some good reward and renown for this, and you also get some pretty good experience, so at the very least it is kind of a good payoff for the quest. So before the door wasn't opened, but now you can see there's like a green dot on our map. If we go ahead and open up the door here.
James, is that you? Oh, James is my grandson. You have to find him. He's the only relative I have left. Such a sweet, helpful boy. I don't know how I'd manage without him. I knew this would happen. He's gone back to those caves. I just know. He got quite scared of the things he saw down there last time, I can tell you. But he did bring back some gold. Oh, and he found something else while he was there. I don't know what it's for, but it might be useful. Here.
Oh, so this is a key item.
Please find him. I don't know what I would do if anything happened to him.
Okay, so she's a concerned grandmother, and her grandson has run away. So first we're going to dig in here. The first time I was here at Rose Cottage, I didn't have a spade, but now you can see that we can dig something up. And I want to say it's a silver key, but yeah, it is. Okay. I was going to say if my game would ever load, but there it went. Other than that, though, I think we pretty much looted everything while we were here the last time. The only thing we haven't dealt with is the demon door, and I generally like to deal with these guys like later on in the game, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. We are going to Hog Cave, which actually isn't that far away from here, so it's kind of a short walk. Hog Cave is just before Darkwood, and you can see we just got to walk a short distance here. Okay, so Hog Cave is this way. So I think in terms of our weapon and our level and just our statistics overall, you can see we have some pretty balanced stats. I think we'll be okay for this quest. The quest depends on your renown, not your experience and your level, which I know sounds a little bit backwards, but it's true. So as long as we don't do the storyline quest, which I think would get us a lot more renown, this quest should still be available to us. So as much as I don't want to do this quest, I do want to do it before we go to Witchwood, just in case it disappears, because if we are too famous, we actually won't be allowed to do it. So we're going to enter Hobbe Cave, and we're going to start this pain in the ass side quest. Okay, so Hobbe Cave, of course, is inhabited by hobbes, and the main objective, of course, is to save the grandson, the little boy, and to bring him back. There's a few problems with this. The first is that these hobbes will respawn every single time you come back to the screen. You'll notice that there's about 4 different doors right now, but only one of them is blinking. What I suggest doing is just following the blinking area right now. I suggest going and finding James immediately. And then once you finish the quest and he's gone back to his grandmother safely, that is when you can go ahead and you can come back here and explore those other areas. Because if you come and try to get all these treasures when you have the little boy with you, it just gets more complicated, in my opinion, and it just gets a lot more difficult than it has to be. And as you can see right now, like I have a pretty good weapon. You can see it has a lot of attack power. It's a heavy weapon, and I was tearing through bandits with this, and really it's been doing me really well. But you can see now I'm actually kind of having a little bit of difficulty with these hobs, and really hobs are not that difficult of an enemy to defeat, and this is why this quest is really kind of, it seems like it's almost misplaced. Because just of how difficult this area is for me. This quest is not impossible, and I have done it before, but it's just, I've just never had any luck with it. So then we past those hobs, we'll go to the second area. Alright, so in the main chamber there are going to be more hobs. The other problem with this is that this cave is actually fairly long in order to find her grandson. He's in, like, of course, he's in the deepest part of the cave. So, of course he couldn't just be right at the beginning. So, again, we fought hobs when we were here, when we were at Orchard Farm with Whisper. So, these hobs are the spellcaster types. They're gonna attack you from a distance. These big red hobs are probably the strongest, like the warrior type hobs, and then the rest of them are kind of the average hobs that are there for annoyance. If you do see chests along the way that you don't have to really go into any doors for, you can grab them. But we'll come back for treasure later, because there is quite a few pieces of treasure in this cave, which is kind of nice. 500, so we got 1,000 gold and a flame augmentation. That's really nice. And anywho, a nice straight password with no hobs in it, which is always nice. Alright, so this is the focus chamber, and this is where James is. So I think we went through about 4 or 5 screens, which isn't too bad. And there he is. Little nymph.
What do you want? You wish to take the child? I will not give him up. The sacrifice must proceed. Provide an alternative human, and I may release him.
Alright, so you have 2 options here. What you can do is you can either like bring a trader or a townsperson or somebody, or you can go ahead and attack this nymph. Both options kind of suck because she's gonna spawn more hobs to just kind of, get in your way and make this quest a lot harder. But bringing a human or another person here is a huge pain in the butt, and honestly, I just have no time for that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kill her. I mean, whatever. And then you also don't lose any evil points either, which is kind of nice. And just like with normal traders, you can get James to follow you or wait. I'd probably have him wait because his health bar sucks, I find. But try to make sure that the hobs are kind of lured towards you. I would always have James wait somewhere before he starts to follow you, because if you're near the hobs, they might accidentally hit him instead of you. This boy has a little bit of common sense though. Like, he's not going to get right up in your face where the hobs are going to hit him. He does kind of keep a little bit of a distance. He doesn't have enough common sense to like run in the opposite direction and go to the opposite end of the room, which I kind of wish that he did. But you can see like he's actually keeping a really fair distance away from where we're battling, which is kind of nice. But I would have him wait if you can, just to make things a little bit easier. But you can see like these hobs just keep on coming. They're just in my way. And you can see there, he got hit once there. There. Okay. So that was a large wave. If I had brought another human, none of those hobs would have showed up at all, which would have made things a little bit easier. So he took like 1 hit, and that hit could have really easily been avoided, but we should be able to get through this area. Okay, so let's let make James wait here, and then hopefully we can kind of take the hob's attention away from him if we leave him down at the bottom of the hill. Of course we can, because that hob is going to go right for the kid. Go away! You know, for hobs being like such unintelligent creatures, they sure know how to find a victim, seriously. Like, you can see like they gave you like a running start, because they kind of like had the hobs at the very top of the hill, and then they were going to kind of gradually come down. But I mean, they just completely ignored me and went right for him. Which is another problem with this quest, I find. I mean, you know, like the wait and follow strategy usually works really well, but in this case, it really doesn't seem to work. And again, maybe I'm exaggerating and maybe this quest is a lot easier for other people, but for some reason this quest just hates me. But I'm just going to take my dear sweet time with it. I don't really care if this takes 20 minutes because I'd rather do it correctly than start all over again. There's nothing worse than going like halfway through this cave and then having to restart. That's really frustrating, so... Come on, James, let's go. On to the next area we go. Alright, so we're like 2/3 of the way there, I guess. Or halfway there, I suppose. And there should be hobs in here, isn't there? Maybe not. I thought hobs spawned in here, but maybe they don't. I don't remember, but I think if you were to like leave James somewhere, defeat a bunch of hobs, and then go back for him, you would go back to a room and they would respawn anyways. So I don't think you can like leave James in this room, for example, where there's no hobs, and then go ahead and clear out the rest of the hobs and come back for him. I think you would just kind of waste your time because you'd have to defeat them all anyways, so that's kind of a bummer. But we are back at the entrance, and this is the room that sucks, because look at all these hobs. There are so many hobs in this room. But again, I'm going to try to keep them at the bottom of the hill there, and I'm going to follow the ones that are following him down there. Go away. This is my human child. Don't attack him. I want my reward, and I don't really want a dead child on my conscience, so you need to go away and stop attacking him. This is a problem. Right here is they just will not stop, and I can't even see what I'm doing right now because there's just so many hobs. And you can see now that they've all like ambushed me, and he's like right in the middle of all this carnage. Like, this is the room that definitely gives me the most trouble. Where is he? He's right in the middle. I told you to wait, kid. Can you like go to the bottom of the hill or something, please? There are still hobs here. I don't know if you've noticed, there's a huge, area of hobs attacking me and kind of attacking you at the same time, making my life incredibly difficult. There we go. No. Mommy. Hit this guy. Okay. Now, if he doesn't lose any more HP, we should be fine. But you can see he was in green when I got into this room, and now he's like down in the red/orange. So hopefully I can keep these hobs at bay. I can watch my mini-map, which really helps. I can make sure those hobs aren't going to go down and attack him, and if not, I can kind of race and make sure that they're not going to hit him. There we go. But he seems to be doing fine right now, which is good. I think I'm just going to leave him there for the time being, and I'll come back for him when I'm done taking out these hobs. Because as long as I don't leave the room and go to get treasure or something, he should be fine. And like the room shouldn't like respawn a bunch of enemies like right where he is. That would be like the most troll-tastic thing, is if like you leave him too far away and then a bunch of hobs like spawn near him and kill him. That'd be kind of annoying. I can also hear other voices, and I think you can maybe escort some traders or something out of here. And I think that's why you have to use that hexagon key on one of these doors, is there's somebody hiding behind the door. But what I'll do is I'll escort the kid out of here, and then I will come back and I will see if there's any more humans in here when I come back for more treasure. But I think that means we have successfully finished this area, because this is the first room we came into, and this should be the last area. We leave Hog Cave. So you can see I almost failed that. He's in the red, but we made it! Woo! Okay, so James is going to go back to his grandma. And I guess we should follow him back so we can go get our reward.
Wait, you're not going to leave me with her, are you? You think the nymph was bad. My granny is worse. Whose idea did you think it was to go into those caves in the first place? Well, I'm not standing for it much longer. First chance I get, I'm out of here. I'll have to pick up a few things first, though. And I suppose you want your reward. Don't tell her what I said, though. Come on.
So yeah, that's really irritating as you escort this kid back and he's just gonna run away from his grandma again. Luckily, I don't have to save his stupid ass a second time. Here's Grandma.
Oh, thank you for returning my grandson, Hero. James, come here and give your granny a
So we get the Hobbe head as a trophy, which is kind of a nasty, gross-looking trophy. I don't know if I'd want to show that off to people. It's kind of gross. We got some good experience, lots of gold for that, and some really decent renown, so good stuff.
Hey,
And you'll see this now. I'll just
I demand you stop.
let you guys watch this.
I have chores for you. Why are you
I just saved him,
James? I'm
and he just ran away. So that's lovely.
I greet you very
Stupid. I think we can maybe loot a bookcase or something. Get a book from her before we leave, but that's about it. There's nothing in this house. I think you want to loot those things now because I don't think you'll actually get an opportunity to loot it again. But how can two people live in this little cottage is my question. Anyways, I'm sorry your grandson ran away, but I saved him and he's not coming back, and there's nothing I can do about it, so goodbye, lady. Alright, now that that pain in the ass quest is over with, I'm very happy, and we should be able to get back to storyline stuff, and we'll be able to go to a new area in the next video, I hope. So thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that you will join me all next time.